He'd rather look outside than watch this wrestling match.
Enjoy the show. What's up, YouTube? It's Classic 1333 coming to you live on this beautiful, serene night, Friday night. Actually, it's probably Saturday morning. It's about 2 in the morning, so just out here for my nice, nightly walk. Yep, once again, encouraging exercise for all you people that don't get it. So I just watched WWE Superstars, and I'm probably going to show you guys nothing because it's nighttime and there's nothing to see out here. Just a nice, calm night. Just got done watching WWE Superstars for the first time ever. My first time I've ever watched the show. And it was a pretty good show, I thought, actually. Well, it wasn't the best show ever. There's a bunny rabbit. Probably can't see it very well. Oh, hang on, you might be able to see it. Maybe if I can get a little closer. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not. But, yeah, Superstars wasn't too bad of a show. Like, the main event was good, but the rest of the show was kind of like, could do without it. But let's review it. So, let's see, the first show we had, or the first match we had, well, we had a cutting edge with Edge coming to the ring, and he called out Jeff Hardy. And basically, Edge was talking about how the last time, he had a show, Cena was on a show, and he told Cena, he would be the last man standing. And sure enough, he was. And then he told Jeff about that. Basically, he told Cena, that there'd be closure and he'd be the last man standing. And then he told Jeff there'd be closure and he'd be, standing with his championship. And then Jeff was like, talking about how like the last time they fought each other, he beat Edge for the title, and then Edge said something about basically how Jeff's career is basically like he's been lucky and stuff, and then I don't know, basically they were just kind of going back and forth with stuff, and then Jeff basically takes him out with a twist of fate and hits him with a swanton, thus giving Jeff, some momentum for their championship match at Judgment Day. And it was a pretty good cutting edge for the most part. I actually don't mind the cutting edge now, but back when it first came out, I was kind of like, what's the point of it? Because back then they had too many talk shows as it was. They had Carlitos Cabana, Jericho's highlight reel, cutting edge. They might have still had some Piper's Pit back then too, so way too many talk shows back then. But for now, cutting edge isn't bad. I don't mind it. So then we go to our first match of the show, which was, I don't know if you guys can see me or not, nighttime and all, but, yeah, the first match we had was, Santina Marella and Kelly versus Beth Phoenix and Rosa Mendez. And this match was, basically when Santina wasn't in the ring, it was okay. But when he was in the ring, it was like, might as well just flush the toilet. So, Kelly and Santina won the match. Kelly basically, she finished the match. Rosa was, on her knees from getting hit with something from Santina. Kelly, jumped on Rosa's back, kind of like how, the Hardys would do their springboard move. And, basically she jumped on Rosa's back and then did a leg drop to the back of the head. Pinned her for a 3 count, so giving Kelly and Santina your winners. Whoop-de-doo. Don't know if you can see me. Nighttime. Still very nice and calm outside. So then we get our next matchup. We get Zack Ryder versus Finlay 1-on-1. And this match was kind of bleh. It was alright, I guess. Basically, Finlay beat up Zack Ryder for most of the match. Zack Ryder has a new gimmick. He's like a pretty boy surfer type character. Yeah, but I don't see him doing much with this gimmick at all. He's probably going to have to go back to the Florida Championship Wrestling or whatever. I don't know the exact term for it, but developmental, so he'll probably be back down there with another gimmick, or I could see him getting released pretty soon. he's an okay wrestler, but I don't have like big high expectations with him or anything. Um, and even when he was tag team partners with Kurt Hawkins, when they were like the Major Brothers, the crowd didn't give a crap about him. But mostly because they didn't have really like a gimmick or anything. It was just them, just kind of like blah blah blah. So, no, what was the next match? I think we just pretty much went to our main event. It was John Morrison versus Jericho 1-on-1. They showed like a promo or something from SmackDown before or something, how when Jericho got DQ'd in the Fatal 4-Way match, how he was complaining to Teddy Long about how like, about being treated or something and he should quit, and Morrison confronted him. Morrison doing the face turn, and Morrison said, go ahead, be a quitter or something, and it pissed off Jericho and they had a brawl backstage. And so that's kind of gave us this match, Jericho versus Morrison. And it was a pretty good matchup. Like, if you were going to watch WWE Superstars, it was worth it to watch this match. So, pretty much Morrison dominated most of the matchup. Jericho had some offense in it, but most of it was Morrison. And then the finish saw Morrison hit that springboard kick, like how he springboards off the second rope and kicks his opponent. Well, he did that to Jericho, and then Shelton Benjamin's music hits, and then he shows up on the ring apron. He's like, hey Morrison, he's like, remember me, the gold standard, and he's like, I gotcha, and then like that's all he said. Morrison's like, okay, whatever, turns around, bam, code breaker, 1, 2, 3, Jericho's your winner. Last week on SmackDown, Morrison and Benjamin had a match, and Morrison beat Benjamin, so this was obviously like, retaliation for, for that match or whatever. So overall, Superstars was somewhat decent show, but, one thing that was funny on this show, Jim Ross was commentating, and what was funny was he said like vintage, like Jericho, and he was like, vintage. Doesn't Michael Cole say that or something? It was funny. So yeah, that was your Superstars review. Hopefully this video didn't go too incredibly long for a show that wasn't worth it. And I'm Classic 1333, and I guess I will talk to you guys later. You guys hear that? What is that? What?